Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, I think there is a little bit of an echo. I hear my big mouth someplace else. I don't know where that's coming from. Oh, there it is. Got too many things open right now. Okay. Um, I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I want to. I want to. Okay. All right, let's get some slides going and then we're good to go. I don't need any of that. Oh, yeah, all of that can go. I think I'm going to need a new computer soon. This has got some miles on it for sure, but I think it's slowing down. I'm going to have to go in and try to figure out what can I get rid of. I wonder if it's that how many photos do I have now? Um 110,914 photos and probably 106. Wait, no. It's 110,914 photos. Don't even ask me what they are. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that a lot of that is repeat photos, duplicates. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of that is duplicates. But only one Royal Sussex. Okay. All right, let me see who was here first. Fancy. Thank you so much for being here first. Hello, Helen Marmon. Connie Balmer. Yes, the new sheriff in town, Connie Balmer. So don't you all mess around because there's a new sheriff in town. You heard? Do not mess around. Um, Connie Balmer's just waited, waiting for the first troll to pop up. They are going to be removed with a capital R, removed. You all don't know what you're up against. Okay. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of trolls though. It is like a fever pitch of activity for trolls right now. Although I'm kind of concerned, Connie Bomber, I don't see your wrench. Where is your wrench? Huh. Well, I'm going to have to check and make sure because I do not see a wrench for Connie Bomber. And there really should be a wrench. Okay, there we go. So check out that image on the left. Check out that image on the left. Um, that is someone very comfortable with money. I love it. That is as glamorous as it gets. Very New York. A lot of people, sorry, a lot of people are not feeling my enthusiasm for the Sussexes in New York, but it's fun to think about. I don't suspect they would ever want to leave California, but you know, in the future, let me just say this, in the future, there's no reason to believe that they would not have a property on both coasts that would serve them very well. And the reason why I say that is because, going over to the UK, um, I want to say you can make that trip across the Atlantic from LA to London, maybe about 5 hours, right? 5 or 6 hours. So it would not be a bad idea to have properties on both coasts. I'm just saying, especially as their portfolio increases, why not have a second property so that you can invest some of that money, right? Um, I'm just saying, I think it makes sense. But don't quote me on that. Yeah, quote me on it. You are totally free to quote me on that. Um, okay, let me get to some more of the Connie Bomber. You do not have a wrench though. That's why I'm a little bit distracted. Oh, I see that. I see that. Thank you for 50 months membership. Oh, by the way, you guys, I spoke to Jerry White today. Miss Jerry um, is always glad for your prayers as she is caring for a family member right now, and she has been unwell herself, so she is always grateful for your prayers. Um, but otherwise, she sounds in great spirits as usual. And I told her that I believe she was at about the 50-month mark for membership, and she was not sure that it had been that long. But then I'm looking at Lydia Washington right here with 50 months. So I'm going to I'm going to stay with that. I think that uh, Jerry's probably at about 50 months. Should be a few people, including Church Nelly, at that 50-month mark. So I'm going to take a look at this. Oh, you know what? You know what? You're absolutely right. There is no wrench. Now, I just saved it. So, Connie Bomber, do me a favor. Go out and come back in and see if you have a wrench because I see you now. It did not save the first time I tried to do it. Um, but I see it now. Oh, Connie Bomber, I accidentally made you a super moderator. There's only 4 of y'all: Lydia, uh, Church Nelly, Cookies and Cream, and now Connie Bomber. Maybe that's why I didn't do it. Maybe it was meant to be. So, yeah, go out and come back and see if you don't have a wrench. And yeah, that should do it. Or maybe refresh. Do a refresh and see if that doesn't give you a wrench. But anyway, you should have one now. Isn't that exciting? I'm so excited for Connie Bomber. I am so excited. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I don't have my volume on. I couldn't hear that the first time. All right. That is so sweet. Thank you so much for that. Uh, Lydia Washington. Yay! There's a wrench. There's a wrench. Okay, get them, Connie. So if there are any trolls that are in the comments, I guarantee you, your reign of terror shall be short lived. I can assure you of that. Um, ah, so along with Connie Bomber's new powers, she will be able to slow down and speed up the chat. Good luck, y'all. Look at me. That went down the wrong way. Okay. See there, I was so excited I got choked up. All right, let's get on with it then. Happy birthday to Barbara Canada, um, which of course is also Barbara Canada 3232. Happy birthday and many happy returns of the day. So I don't know if Barbara's on now, but we can have a little salsa in the meantime, just to say that we did. Okay, so let's do that. Little birthday salsa. On three. 1, 2, 3, go. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. Now, Baron, hello, squatties, Baron. Have you seen the video of Harry on the plane? On the plane? Where was he going? Um, Harry on the plane. Is that like the rain on the plane stays mainly on the no, the rain in Spain stays main is it like that? The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plains? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know. On a plane? I'm just kidding. You mean this?
A second to show people why she's crying. I'm sorry.
Tony, you can't do that.
Why? I don't know. I don't know. Can I just video you a second to show people why she's crying? I'm sorry.
Tony, you can't do that.
Well, thank you very much, Shelly L. But yes, we looked at that yesterday. But the thing is, we don't know when and where that comes from. Where is it from? When is it from? That is a big question. We just don't know when and where is that from. But thank you for the information. And I'd have to say I am very intrigued by that because I am so curious as to where that comes from. So, but if anybody has any more information about that, please do share. Harry on the plane. I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to get a good look at him here. Now, you can barely see his beard. You can barely see his beard. And it looks like there's 2 on each side. So that is screaming 737 or the equivalent, you know, smaller plane that they have with Airbus. I don't know. I don't know where this comes from, but it looks like they're sitting 2 abreast. Right? Trying to see here. Do a little forensics with these photos. And of course, the seats. Oh my goodness, that does not look like a newer plane. Helen G says it looks like one of our cheap aircrafts like EasyJet, Jet2, or Ryanair. Or, as they say, right now you can save up to £50. That's £50 per person. Or for a family of 4, £200. That's £50 per person. Baby, take my hand. Yeah. Okay. But well, like I said, it does look like a bargain jet. It looks like something I don't know, for lack of a better word, kind of cheap. Oh, wait a minute. I think that is when he was coming back from Ukraine. That guy sitting next to him, I think, was security. He had been there, right? With him. He was sitting on the train eating. Thank you, Beverly McCaskill. Thank you for that detective work. All right. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I guess she was just so tickled with the idea that she's sharing this plane with the Duke of Sussex. Right?
People why she's crying. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. Can I just video you a second to show people why she's crying? I'm sorry.
Tony, you can't do that.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I tell you, the Sussex squad is always on top of it. From Santa Barbara to LAX, that is a possibility. That is a possibility because that is a pretty bad drive, I think, through all the traffic trying to get there. So, yeah, that is a great possibility. Okay, so with that, let's continue. There we go, right there. So anyway, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, that is, of course, at the Parents Network. Let's not forget, yesterday was, what was it, Daughter's Day or something like that? What was that yesterday? Oh, it says, to all the girls, this world is yours. Do everything you can to protect your rights. Use your voice, support each other. We will do the same for you. It's your right and our responsibility. Go get them, girl. Happy International Day of the Girl. All right. Very cool. And here's another snap. Now, check it out, you all, if you were wondering. Those are the earrings that Meghan was wearing with her Ralph Lauren shirt. Those are kind of cool. I like the way it looks like it just kind of cups under the ear. So if you have some of those very dangly earlobes, I guess that might not work for you. You'd have ear falling over each side of the earring, but if you have a petite ear, like I don't know if Camilla could wear that. Let's take a look at Camilla's ears and let's see if they're all stretched out of proportion yet. Charles definitely, nah, he couldn't wear those. Camilla, you know, yeah, I can't tell for the ghost of Farrah Fawcett hair, so I don't know. It might not work for her. But for our Duchess, yeah, she could wear anything. Anything. Yeah, Camilla does not have yeah, those canine ears of hers might defeat the purpose. But yeah, so that is the look she had on, inspired by Meghan's look. Is it Guzma? Guzma? Guzma. Oh, well, you got to get used to that name, right? And then, of course, let's not forget the other earrings that she had from their collection on the left side. Those are called flats, the diamond flats earrings. So, those are the earrings that Meghan was rocking this weekend. As you can see, she goes with earrings that are very subtle and very small. Now, if I'm correct, is it true that Harry gifted the diamond flats to Meghan when he returned from Ukraine? Or I'm guessing it must have been both pair then. If he gave her one pair, it's probably both of them. And maybe she has some more to surprise us with. But how cool for that company to wake up one day and there's the Duchess of Sussex using what has been called the Meghan effect. Let's see if I can find that from yesterday. Where they made reference to their excitement. Do I have that? Was that yesterday? Ha, there it is right there. You see there? Get ready. Meghan Sussex wore your earrings last night in New York City. Get ready to sell out. Thank you so much for letting us know. We're truly honored to see that Meghan is wearing our earrings. Such an incredible moment for our whole team. You're welcome. So, yeah, pretty exciting. Yeah. Okay, so let's get back over here with today's slide. Now, okay, yesterday I shared an article with you. You know, every depressed, body conscious, middle age, angry reporter that they have, female reporter that they have at the Daily Mail has been going after the Duchess of Sussex. Maureen Callahan, share your comment on this article. Chastised in Paris, delusions turned to dust. This week exposed Meghan. The thunderous look Harry gave her tells me he knows it too, writes Maureen Callahan. Well, a couple of people responded by saying, nice try, Maureen. You lied that Meghan is not invited to fashion shows, and she was greeted by Anna Wintour herself. Now you are trying to cover up your lies. You have predicted divorce for this couple for years, and they are still holding hands. Must suck to be so bitter, single, and angry all the time. You get them. The next one said, hi, Kate, as in Kate Middleton. Hi, Kate. I know you're the one behind this article. Don't you have some children to, actually take care of? Hugs, hugs. I love the comments. I love them. I thought I was pretty bad, but these people are not having it. They are not having it. You go mess with somebody else. Leave Meghan Sussex alone. Maureen Callahan, that's the one that I call the what did I call her? The albino assassin. Yeah, the albino assassin, because she has her hair all bleached out and everything. So I have nicknamed her the albino assassin. Um, Take a look at our faves. I did not know that they were wearing his and her Armani suits. So I took it upon myself to well, let me see. Yeah. I'm trying to think outside the box, and I want our faves to get to that billionaire status. So I thought, why don't they do an Armani ad? Why don't they do an Armani ad? What do you think of that? Huh? Huh? Too much? Too soon? Okay, okay, I got you. How about this? Huh? A little Armani red carpet moment? Huh? Nice, right? Okay, okay. Too bright? Too bright? How about that? How about that? I think that they should get a little campaign going with the Armani people. Anyway, I created these for the Sussexes as a little inspiration as to what can be, what should be. I mean, they look so hot in that Armani. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Anyway, by the way, I don't think we'll be here more than an hour. Check out Megan on the streets of New York. Megan looks perfect in Manhattan. It's just like I want them to have a place in Manhattan. I do. And this one right here, quiet luxury. Shh, quiet luxury. Be very quiet because we are wearing luxury quietly. A little more mysterious with the black and white. And okay, so these are the new photos that I wanted to share with you. Apparently, Meghan and Prince Harry seen separately, air quotes, in New York after her solo trip, uh, Paris. I mean, after her solo Paris trip and couple's awkward red carpet appearance. Uh, what's his name? Joe Tacopino? Tacopino? Yeah, Joe Tacopino. Try harder. Try harder. Okay. I don't know what Harry's plans were. And I'm imagining this photo was either tonight or last night. I don't know. But this is the first we've seen of it. And it is not the most elegant photo in that he, looks like he's in a stepping position. But I don't, as a matter of fact, I don't even think it mentions where he was. And then over here on the left, you see Meghan. I guess they decided to spend another day in New York City, if this is accurate. It seems as though they decided to spend another day in the Big Apple. So let's analyze this. That is a daytime image of Meghan, and yet we're only just now seeing it, right? Let me take a look at something else because I'm trying to put together a timeline here. But you know what? I'm going to say this, guys. Don't even worry about the that article. Don't even worry about that. Our faves are looking absolutely glam, and I don't doubt that they're doing some networking right now. They are securing the bag. Okay? So pay no attention to these absurd things that they're saying because we know that there's no truth to it. They are just cashing in because that's what they do. But Harry and Meghan are looking absolutely glammed up, and I am here for it. So I'm not saying that it's ideal, but I don't know that it's absolutely awful either. Um, they're making the accusation that Meghan is dining without Harry. Doesn't say who she's dining with. We know that she had lunch with Serena Williams. And oh my goodness, by the way, there was a helicopter crash today in California. Very sorry about that. Yeah, there was a helicopter incident in California. So Meghan spotted dining without Harry in New York after her solo Paris trip. So we know what the insinuation is, but I'm looking. She is dining with. Looks like she's dining with a couple. They are making their money. Someone took a cell phone picture of her inside of the restaurant, a cell phone video, but looks like she arrived alone. She's leaving alone. She's with her security. So be it. Oh, by the way, I'm saying all of that. Let me do this. Ah, ah, take a look on the left. Take a look on the left. Take a look at her. Oh my God, does she look good, right? Let me zoom in on that for you. Hold on, give me a second. Let me zoom in on that for you. I have to say, I really hate that they get papped, but I am loving these photos. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't, but I am loving seeing them in New York. I am loving the glam. And one of the reasons why I'm here for it is because that other couple across the Atlantic is doing their best to overshadow the Sussexes on what is a very um you know full week or for them, and especially for Meghan, who's has had an extraordinary week. But yeah, I'm kind of like over their interference. So let me do this. Um, okay, I'm going to share that with you. Give me just a second. Uh, and it looks like word must have gotten out where our Duchess was because, and I'm going to say too, maybe it's about time to go back to California. Oh, look at that. I love her hair like that. I love her hair like that. And look at Bruh Man back there. Bruh Man just as happy. He done met Megan Sussex. Look at Bruh. Bruh just as happy. What up, Bruh? Oh man, you won't believe it. I met uh what is she? The princess. You mean the Duchess of Sussex? That's right. uh he just smiling. Aren't you supposed to be like security and maintaining the presence at the door? Why are you smiling so much? It's just a royal princess out for dinner with friends in Manhattan. People do that all the time. Our queen is the best out of all the royals in Salty Island, and it is itching them. Yes, that's why I'm living for these pics. I am living for it. Well, I'm going to guess that by now, Helen G, they're a bit exhausted. I would be impressed if those two decided that they're going to work for the next couple of days because they don't have a lot of stamina. But it would be interesting to see if they decide to try to come out and do some other things. But yeah, I'm loving Megan's hair like that. That is beautiful. Very simple, very elegant. And then let's get back to that outfit again. There we go. She's keeping it very chic and very simple. But that photo on the right, where is that from? Where is that from? I love it. And look at the size of that limo. It's a big Cadillac Escalade, no doubt. That thing is huge. Huge. I mean, like State Bentley huge. Jacqueline says Meghan took Paris by storm, and now the Sussexes have conquered New York. You get a bell for that. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay, so let's get to this part. This is what they're using as evidence of the troubles that the Sussexes are going through. Meghan and Prince Harry seen separately in New York after her solo Paris trip and couple's awkward red carpet appearance. Do you know what the awkward red carpet appearance is? Do you see Meghan standing there in the red circle? When that guy brushed Harry on the shoulder and wanted to have a quick word with him, that was supposed to be the awkward thing that he was ushering Meghan around the corner and stopped to have a word. They make it seem like Meghan ran into the next room and started smashing dishes and turning over tables. And what happened? There she is with a big smile on her face. Are you serious? Are you serious? This, okay. Let's not be surprised by this because we know what they're doing. They are selling their newspapers. They are getting their clicks and engagement, but it's just so obvious. I mean, could they be more obvious about their disdain and their greed? Okay. Now, let me see. The awkward moment. If I was in an awkward moment, where would I be hiding right now? Awkward moment. Um, Fudge. I can't find it. I wanted to. Oh, there it is right there. See, there is so awkward. I couldn't even find it. That's how awkward it is. Did you catch that awkward moment? Watch this. And then, of course, how long were they talking? 2 seconds? And then Meghan is waiting right there in the wings, and I suppose that is the big awkward moment. The other thing is, y'all know Harry is all about the business when they're traveling and everything. And the few occasions where Harry is not smiling, which he does not smile all the time, this photo here on the right, these two photos are together. The one on the right is the other indication that they are in trouble. Really? See there? That's the one article there. And then this one right here. What that solo Paris trip says about the Sussexes' marriage. We really are revving this up again, aren't we? So one of the squatties that prefers to remain anonymous said, spotted separately, like Meghan's got an engagement tomorrow in Washington, so she's allowed to, and Harry went to Ukraine. Duh. Harry and Meghan do some business endeavors separately. No big thing. No big thing at all. And then, of course, we know yesterday there was a power lunch with both of the Sussexes and Serena. No mention of Serena's husband, but let's see. Meghan and Prince Harry went to lunch with Serena in New York City. Let's see. The trio dined at New York's Soho House while Meghan and Harry were in town after being honored at a mental health event. The tennis star and the Duchess of Sussex have been friends for over a decade. So, are we admitting that they're still friends? Because, they go back and forth with that. They're friends, they're not friends. They haven't been seen together for a year. and so on. So I guess they're okay because they're admitting that they're friends. So that's a start. And then check this out. This happened today. That is an article from The Cut. That is an article from The Cut. You probably remember the designer, Pierpaolo Piccoli. I'm sorry, Pierpaolo Piccoli on Meghan Sussex, the new sack dress, and his Balenciaga debut. Piccoli also addresses why he took a year off after Valentino, because he wanted to take a year off. So it says here in that incredibly small print, after the finale of the Balenciaga show, designer Pierpaolo Piccoli needed a therapy session. He had just shown his debut collection, which included a modern version of Cristobal's Balenciaga famous 1957 sack dress, as well as garments that evoke the looks of predecessors Nicolas Gasquier and Demna. There was a standing ovation, but that day he was looking for the mistakes. I'm still processing, he said from the couture studio at the Balenciaga office in Paris. I'm still overthinking. I'm still guessing. What if this or that? This is my process. I never stop thinking, but that is what propels him forward. That is what propels him toward, that is, the next collection. By finding mistakes, he means a place for growth, but becomes the beginning point of the next season. Okay, so let's skip all that. The show opened with The Heartbeat and Nina Simone feeling good. Why begin that way? The heartbeat is something that is so personal. And in that way, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to Meghan, shall we? Where is Meghan at here? Oh, there we go. So Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, made a surprise appearance at her first Paris Fashion Week show wearing 2 custom looks. How did that happen? Meghan and I met some years ago. You hear that, guys? That's official. You're hearing it from one of the 2 parties. Meghan and I met some years ago, and we've been texting ever since. Interesting. She's reached out and said she'd love to come to the show. Okay, that's official. Whatever they say, know that Meghan said she'd love to come to the show. There was no strategy or big orchestration. I didn't tell anyone she was coming because I wanted it to stay a surprise. In fashion, real surprises are rare, and this one was beautiful. I love it. I love it. What was that moment like when you walked out to a standing ovation? Okay, I think we're through with Meghan. So I'm done with this article. But if you want to check out the entire article, it's in the New York Cut. And yeah, let me show you the article right there again. So that is the article. It's a pretty long article. So if you're interested, no offense to the designer, but I was just really interested in Meghan. Okay, and I'm scanning. I don't think there was anything else for Meghan here. So I'm out. Which is fine because, is his deal, not Meghan's. So Meghan said she'd love to come. They've been friends. They've been texting for years, and they kept it between them. She wanted it to be a big surprise, and it was. So it doesn't explain every detail, like who paid for this and who did what. But it was a great event. It really put his show on the map. It was a great introduction for his new career at Balenciaga. It's a turning of the page for Balenciaga because they need it. And a very classic designer um, name gets a new lease on life. I'm glad for that. And of course, our Duchess looked absolutely smashing and dominated the news with all of the bad things going on in this world right now that Meghan, through no fault of her own, was competing with some pretty awful headlines. And let's face it, with all the bad news, seeing this ethereal vision in white was just what we needed. So perfect timing, a great contrast to the bleakness that is our world these days. So cheers to the Duchess and cheers to the designer. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Great observation, Vinny Blair. Okay. Let's see. Miss Simpson TV says Pier Paolo Piccoli is the one with the teeth all shiny. He seems nice, but I thought he would eat our Royal Highness. Well, he does look kind of rough around the edges. Yes, he does. I mean, he looks like trouble. Let's face it, he looks like trouble. I mean, if you met him in a dark alley, you'd be like, okay, listen, I don't have any money. Let's see. Benjamin says, you don't have to be attached at the hip for some people to believe that you're hooked up. I think married couples, partners need their own time. Yeah, absolutely. Harry is the more philanthropic side of the story right now, and Meghan is the more, you know, um, generational wealth building side of it. I mean, they both are doing philanthropy and they're handling business too. But Meghan, for the first few years, let's face it, she was doing her work and carrying not one but three children. Unfortunately, the loss of an unborn child. So that right there is a lot. And but they are doing so much in this very short period of time. Their story has been disrupted by the death of Queen Elizabeth II and also by a global pandemic, not to mention the leaking and the briefing. They've had quite a few disruptions. It has been a roller coaster ride ever since the day that they announced an engagement. And so now they are really benefiting from all of the hard work and they're able to earn money. They're able to reach a broader audience an audience that hopefully hasn't been so tainted and jaded by all of these negative articles day after day. I mean, they're doing extraordinary, all things considered. They're doing some amazing work. So I'm happy for them. And I look forward to many years of them growing even stronger and wealthier. I won't feel comfortable for them until they get that $1 billion status because $1 billion that can afford you a much greater security for your family, and they need it. They need it. So I'm hoping that they get that sooner than later. Heather Stroud, let's see. In the middle of this, she launched a new wine. Yes. Yes, I almost forgot about the product line. Absolutely. TV show, product line, and still philanthropy and humanitarian work continues. Now, this spot of bother here, the air that followed the spare. One of the squatties made this today to remind us that William, just like Kate, is doing the most to try and hitch his wagon to the Sussexes. Moment emotional Prince Harry holds back tears while visiting makeshift memorial in Kiev. Tearful Prince William breaks down over devastating impact of on the family. It took him what, 35, 36 days to do it? Or is that 31 days? No, about 35 days, 36 days. Took him about 36 days, maybe 30 days to find a way to identify with his younger brother, to make an impact very similar to his brother. So since he could not go to Ukraine, he has found some way to orchestrate this big meltdown, this scene on camera where he's gripping his hand over his horse teeth. Oh God, give it a rest, man. Give it a rest. See what I'm saying? Harry had a moment in Ukraine, showing his very thoughtful, sensitive side. The Harry who's very empathetic. Now remember, they mocked Harry at the well child when he broke down speaking about the illness that some of those children were suffering, whilst at the same time he's what was he considering his the birth of Archie, or was it just after the birth of Archie? And Harry had that moment where he kind of broke down on stage, and the Derangers, they mocked him for it. They always do that. And now they want everyone to to embrace William's softer side. He who leaped across an entire living room to knock his brother to the floor in the kitchen. He who comes storming over there beating his chest like Tarzan, looking for Meghan, and finds Harry and decided to attack him. Now he wants everybody to see how soft and emotional he can be. Why don't you save it for your day of ascension? How about that? Save it for whenever your day of ascension comes, instead of putting on this very well crafted emotional outpour. Why all of a sudden is he so concerned about people? Why? All of a sudden, he cannot do enough to embrace people. Is it because they just acquired a new home and they had to kick a couple of families out of the area? Is there a new helicopter in the future? I don't get it. But all of a sudden, they want us to see William's softer side. Is angry William outlived his usefulness? Incandescent with rage, William has overstayed its allotted time, or are we missing the mark? What is going on with this? I don't understand what's going on. Mm, okay. Okay. Thank you, Beverly McCaskill. I wasn't sure about that timetable. Yeah, I mean they have some high operating costs. They have some very high operating costs, and while I don't doubt that they will be able to sustain themselves because they are earning high incomes and they have definitely uh, made some money in the past and such, and they brought money with them and everything, but still, it's very expensive. And operating a home of that size and paying taxes, it's all very expensive. Now, don't get me wrong, they are not in trouble financially. That is not the case because if they were, um, they would have more branding deals and such. But since that's not the case, they don't have to do that just yet. But I'm going to guess that there's somewhere north of 50 million right now. That's what I'm guessing. But again, the cost of operating their lifestyle is expensive. So, like I said, they're networking and they're getting their bag together. Okay, I'm just looking at some of your comments. Yeah, it's all about the timing. Timing is everything. All in due time. It has to be something that makes sense because it's a very crowded field out there. So timing is everything. I'm sorry, but if you're a violent bully who physically assaulted your brother, drove your sister in law to the brink of self harm, stood in front of the world and called your mother, who attempted self harm 5 times, crazy and paranoid, I'm not interested in anything you say on mental health. Okay. Paula says, William's sudden concern for mental health rings hollow. You can't preach compassion after weaponizing a woman's pain for headlines. His empathy begins and ends with the camera lens. Oof, oof. And Tika says, exactly, propaganda tears. What a fake loser. Um, he's fooling himself because the world sees Willie Leaks for who he is, a petty, jealous, and un, uh, unaccompanied copycat. Is that unaccompanied? Okay. Um, so William calls to tackle this preventable tragedy. They really um, had their courtiers wheel and deal to get on the front page because William has done a lot of things lately and has not made that front page. So maybe they were saving this for the Sussex weekend or something. I think so. I think they had some things that they lined up quickly to make sure that they looked busy while Harry and Meghan were in New York. It's what they call adaptation. They're adapting to the Sussex's ways. Because a lot of times they're caught off guard. Like Paris really caught them off guard. So let's just say, not that it's a competition, but let's just say that Paris was a great jumping off point for Meghan, right? And I'm just thinking to myself too, another reason why I think it's very wise for certain occasions that Harry stays home or that Meghan stays home is because of the foolish articles that they love to write where they're saying that um, they're in trouble and all that, or now Harry is the spare, where is Meghan? My dear aunt that passed away, she I want to say it was maybe a couple of months before she passed. She was like, "I need to ask you something. What is this about Harry and Meghan and a divorce?" And then a friend of mine who doesn't even follow any of his stuff was concerned because he kept seeing divorce, divorce, divorce. That was like last year. I'm like, it's clickbait, clickbait, clickbait. And really, all they have to do is line up certain photos to build a story around the photos. Sometimes the photos are 3 and 4 years old, but if that's what it takes, like Megan in the white jacket at the Invictus games, I think it was the Dusseldorf games. Megan in that white jacket. Oh, they've gotten some mileage out of that photo, haven't they? Oh, they've gotten some mileage out of that. Look at there. The Archwell Foundation Parents Network. And then, of course, the Royal Foundation with their crap. And somewhere in between, there's Kate Middleton pretending like she knows what she's talking about. Yes. Okay. We got you. We hear you loud and clear. However, I set these articles aside because I thought it was important for context. Hello Magazine. Prince Harry and Meghan support helps me to survive, says a bereaved dad. So Tony and Brandy Roberts spoke exclusively with Hello at Project Healthy Minds 2025 World Mental Health Day Festival. Um, just so you guys know, even though Will and Kitty Litter have worked very hard by their standards to try and take the shine off the Sussexes for the weekend, there was a lot of coverage in New York City, and all of the press has come away with something. So do not despair their attempts to hijack the situation because they have not. And again, Paris is what really started the momentum toward New York. And I hate to even use that language because what they're doing in New York is part of their humanitarian work. And I don't like framing it as some type of petty competition. But because of Will and Kate's efforts this week, it has suddenly become very competitive. It has suddenly become a competition, a one-sided war. I would say a one-sided war. Yes. I mean, I've saw some articles where they said that Kate is not going, and those were like headlines, I suppose. So the Hello article, let's see here. Because I'm normally quiet to myself, he explained, if it's not me, it's my wife and the kids, but their support has helped me become more open to talking about how I feel to other men and women, other families that, again, I normally would never have met, shouldn't have met, but I don't mind sharing my love and let me see, and my care with them and receive the same in return. But it's because of Harry and Meghan that this is all possible. Um, let's see. And of course, our law firm, the Social Media Victim Law Center, they really help bring us together with Harry and Meghan. So I believe the African American man there on the right with his back to the camera, they do not have photos, proper photos of himself or his wife. That is who they're speaking to right there. And they interviewed him for the Hello magazine, which I am super happy about that. I'm very glad. So Tony and his wife, Brandy Roberts, are both community managers for Parents Network, a support network for parents whose children and families have been impacted by online harm, formed by Prince Harry and Meghan. Archwell Foundation, the Duke and Duchess have been a part of Tony and Brandy's lives since about 3 years ago when they heard their story and took action to get them involved as a community. We have let's see, we just love them, and every time we're in their presence, they come and give us this nice hug, and it just lets us know that we're heard. Brandy said, they're our voice. Oh my God, that is beautiful. Ah, wow. That is beautiful. I mean, imagine that, them going through everything, and the most unlikely thing you could imagine, Harry and Meghan reaches out to them, concerned about a future with all this technology, these apps and all of that. And as they were trying to put the Parents Network together, you know, wow, that is really touching. I am very, very touched by that. So, tell you what, I will put the link to this article at the top of the chat there for you. Um, Seems like a very emotional article. I'm going to put that link at the top of the chat. So at your leisure, you'll have a chance to check it out. Okay, why is that not working? Huh. Okay, I'm trying to put the link at the top of the chat, and it's not letting me do it. Oh, I see what I did there. No, I don't see. Why is that not working? Oh, you know what? I need to put it here first. There, and then go over here and do it. That's why it wasn't working. Okay, so there it is at the top of the chat. Let me get rid of that. That doesn't need to be there. That was part of the link, I believe. But yeah, so there you go. Okay, so there it is at the top of the chat. If you would like to complete that article, remember they interviewed the couple that you see there on the right side. And I don't know. I think maybe I should make a video with that. What do you guys think? I think that would be a good one. Make one of my videos with that. And that way we know at least about 6,000 people will watch it and share it, I hope. But yeah, maybe I'll do that. Very good article. So yes, this is why I said, you guys, do not worry about Will and Kate and their efforts to copy Kate or copycat, because this has been a very big weekend for our faves, and I don't want to make it like a competition, because That's not the spirit in which Harry and Meghan planned for this weekend, so I don't want to make it crass and tacky. But that being said, they are definitely not in anybody's shadow. Their work is being recognized all over the place, which is why, let's see. Oh, yeah, that's another picture from that article right there. Town and Country. Town and Country also covered the event. I don't think I have it, but I'm going to look because there was a video that shows a long line of people. I believe they said it was the press trying to get into that place. It was not a very big room, but remember, this was like a 2-day event. But, there was a line of people trying to get in because of the Sussexes, obviously. Let me see if I can find that video. It's pretty cool. Ah, there it is right there. Look at that. Project Healthy Minds. Look at all those people. Look at all those people. The press line around the block. That is the press. That's the media trying to get into this event. Press line around the block. Hello. Did you get all that? One more time. Huh? Okay, there you go. So yeah, and then right there, remember I kept asking, who is this guy? Who is this guy? It means the world to have Prince Harry and Meghan here. Project Healthy Minds CEO Philip Shermer told Town and Country at the event. Okay. Don't worry about those other two. Super sticker. Thank you very much, JK. Thank you for the super sticker. Let's see here. Yes, don't worry about those posers. Oh wow, you won't believe this, but I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Associated Press. Prince Harry and Meghan invite families to join their push against predatory social media practices. Yet another article. Massive coverage. As evident. As evident by this video right here. Massive coverage. I'm glad for it. Royal family desperation for a split screen with Harry and Meghan is so obvious that it is pathetic. Now, I've never checked out this online. Let's see, what is her name? Joy of Love. But apparently she has a blog. Is that right? A blog? But anyway, it says royal family desperation for a split screen with Harry and Meghan is so obvious that it's pathetic. Kate, Charles, and William's emergency projects and appearances scheduled just days before Meghan and Harry humanitarian award ceremony in New York highlights the British royal family's desperation for positive PR and the unmatched star power of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. In the world of British royalty, timing has always been everything. But recently, that timing seems less like a matter of chance and more a desperate PR maneuver. The days leading up to Meghan Sussex, formerly Meghan Markle, and Prince Harry's prestigious humanitarian award gala in New York offered a glaring example. Just as their event drew headlines for championing vital causes, Kate Middleton, Prince Charles, and Prince William, oh wow, she's calling him Prince Charles, suddenly sprang into a flurry of public engagements. Coincidence? Hardly. It's no secret that before Harry and Meghan, royals like Kate and William are known as doing their bare minimum and being borderline lazy, as has been reported in numerous papers, Workshy Willie and Lazy Katie. The article continues, fast-tracked engagement, spontaneity, or strategy. The working royals packed schedules and the day before Meghan and Harry's widely anticipated gala felt suspiciously strategic. Events that appeared out of nowhere, the visit to a local children's charity, William and Papa's meeting with the environment youth leaders, and Kate's unexpectedly urgent roundtable with online safety seemed like an attempt to dominate British media coverage. Even more interesting, these were not pre-planned commitments, advertised weeks in advance, but last-minute additions. Their purpose? To crowd the headlines, generating favorable press and critically offering the British press easy material for a split-screen coverage, comparing these sudden acts of duty with Meghan and Harry's headline-making activism. Lazy Katie visited Home Start Oxford, a family support charity, yesterday. On the same day, she also co-wrote and published a personal essay titled The Power of Human Connection in a Distracted World on the Center for Early Childhood website, where she discussed the negative impact of smartphones, calling too much screen time an epidemic of disconnection. I would love to believe that Kate made that up herself, but I don't believe it. Anyway, it sounds familiar. It is because that exact cause Meghan and Harry have been campaigning for the last 6 years. That's why it sounds familiar, because it's what the Sussexes have been doing for the last 6 years. Here is what the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have done, not as a PR maneuver, but real activism because they care. And because BB Mac care, there is a super sticker. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Okay, because they care. We had Parent Network launch in 2022 through their Archwell Foundation. This initiative provides a community of support for families in the US, UK, and Canada who have experienced, that is, the loss of a child due to social media driven self-harm, or whose children have struggled because of online platforms. Partnership with Parents Together, in October 2025, it was announced that the Parents Network would join forces with Parents Together, a national nonprofit in the United States that advocates for families and online safety. The Lost Screen Memorial. In April of 2025, Harry and Meghan helped unveil a temporary memorial in the New York, consisting of 50 smartphones, each displaying the locked screen photo of a child who died due to harmful online content. New York City Mental Health Summit, October 2023. To mark the World Mental Health Day, a summit was hosted to discuss the intersection of mental health and social media. South by Southwest Festival in Texas, March of 2024. Meghan was a panelist and spoke about the hateful cyberbullying she experienced while pregnant. She emphasized the need for better safeguards to protect people online. Summit on Responsible Digital Future in Colombia 2024. During a trip to Colombia, they participated in a panel discussion about creating safety online environment for young people. CBS Sunday Morning Interview 2024. The Duke and Duchess discussed their concerns about online safety as parents and goals of Parents Network, the appearance that had all the other royals pretending to care at the Project Healthy Mind Gala in 2025. The couple was honored as Humanitarians of the Year for their work in mental health and online safety. The royal family's desperation for split screen with Harry and Meghan. That's what they want. They want for the coverage to show a split screen. Well, Will and Kate is doing this, and Harry and Meghan is doing that. That's what she means by split screen. So, contrast with Paris Fashion Week. When Meghan recently made her debut at Paris Fashion Week, there was no parallel royal engagement. I love that. I love it. There was no parallel royal engagement. Why? Quite simply, the working royals hadn't been tipped off. And the reason why they hadn't been tipped off is because there are no leaks in Montecito. That's why they were not tipped off. Hello. Hello. That's why. I love this girl. I'm gonna have to that's her picture. Where is she at? Oh, you know what? I gotta take this away first. There she is up there at the top. This is her article right here. Yes, because the other royals hadn't been tipped off. There was no time to manufacture competing engagements, no press blitz to overshadow Meghan's shine. Meghan's primary reason for the solo trip was to support a personal friend and longtime collaborator, Pierpaolo Piccoli, who was debuting his first collection as the new creative director of the fashion house Balenciaga. In contrast, the humanitarian gala was public knowledge well in advance, giving the royal establishment time to orchestrate their busy diaries. I think that's supposed to be sarcastic. It's not a bad strategy, it's obvious and poorly executed. Kate should have stuck to her lane with the early childhood initiative, not online safety. The struggle for relevance. Much of the British press depends on Harry and Meghan to drive clicks and engagement. Without the Sussexes' star power, the rest of the royal family risks being regulated to background noise. Hardly the vibrant symbol of national unity they aspire to be. Their recent actions speak volumes, confirming just how much they lean on Harry and Meghan's popularity to sustain public interest. Even Kate's newfound passion for online safety, a cause Harry and Meghan have long championed, feels less like an organic commitment and more like a calculated move, especially after reports of William openly admitting to post anonymously on fan forums and can be on there for ages. We all know he's trolling his sister in law, much like how Kate, former stylist, followed Meghan and everyone else on her orbit. Is he there? I mean, take a look there. Take a look there. That right there, Prince William admits he posts anonymously. Kate Middleton says too much screen time harms family life. These are the things that show a contradiction. On the one hand, we all know that William is probably a lot worse than a teenager when it comes to the smartphone. And at the same time, Kate's only mentioning this because of Harry and Meghan. Very predictable. The real public reaction for many of these last minute appearances ring hollow. The public increasingly views such efforts as self serving rather than service orientated. Instead of genuine engagements, we see attempts to co opt the initiatives the world actually cares about. Those led by Harry and Meghan, the charm, the relatability, and the authentic advocacy just aren't there. Solitaire Townsend, co-founder of the Futura consultancy, was quoted by multiple outlets as saying, "Is Prince William attending COP as a stunt?" Yes, but that doesn't mean it's a bad idea. Of course, most public engagements by the Waleses is a stunt. The real, that is, the royal institution, is a scam of optic proportion. In a world that values genuine authenticity, it's always clear who the real leaders are when it comes to the two royal camps. While others scramble to make emergency diary entries, they are just trying to stay relevant and overshadow those who show up and do good without taxpayer money. Wow, I love that. So, you guys, I'm going to put the link up at the top of the page. I hope you will decide to. Oh, she's got a shop too. Oh, she makes jewelry. All right. All right. Okay, I'm going to put the link. Please do go and check out her work because I am done. So you can go ahead and do that right now if you like. This was just the last picture I was going to share with you, and I'm done now. So I'm going to do a screenshot. I'm going to show you. Let me see. Isn't that something? She's a brilliant writer, and she also looks like she also makes jewelry, I think. I'll show you. All right, let me see here. There you go. Founded in 2019 by passionate and ecologically conscious creator L.J. Lewis. Oh, L.J. Lewis BS. Okay. So yeah, check her out if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. So let me see. How do I sign up for the newsletter or whatever? Because I definitely want to keep up with her. Maybe I should try to follow her on X or something. But either way, it would definitely be worth keeping up with her. Oh, it doesn't look like she's on X. Wow, that was a great article, wasn't it? JK, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. I'm not really on Facebook. Too bad. It don't look like she's on. Oh, she is on X. Is she? Or does that let me share this on X? Well, I guess I will do that though. I'm going to share this on X so that people can find it. Ah, okay. Oh, I shared that 2 hours ago. Look at there. I didn't even notice I did that, but I shared it 2 hours ago. Huh, okay. Very cool. I like that necklace though. That's pretty. What's that? Vinny Blair says Willie is now hiring Giselle Bundchen to replace Heidi Klum at Earthflop because, but not taking his wife. um, there's a whole bunch of beards running around Kensington Palace, right? Because remember, the men in gray are over at Clarence House. Kensington Palace have the bearded men. Well, the beards. They got all kind of beards. One of the prereqs for working at Kensington Palace is that you must have a beard, just like Christian Jones, Simon Case, Jason Knopf, and what was that little equerry that he had? The little guy that always seemed to be looking at him adoringly. Yeah, those beards. All right. Love you guys. Thank you very much. I'm going to say good night or good morning. Thank you as always for watching Royal Sussex. And do go to the link at the top of the chat and make sure we support these writers. I mean, they're doing brilliant. So there's this lady here. There's also Feminegra. I love that. And that's what the Sussexes were hoping to do, was to throw more support behind the independent press rather than dealing with those monsters. But of course, in a practical sense, they don't really have a choice but to deal with anyone who's going to be fair. So, not that some of those people are always fair, but you know what I mean. Okay. All right. Cheers. Love you guys. See you next time. Oh, and there's a birthday card over on the community post. So do go and do the birthday card for Barbara Canada. Okay. It looks just like this. Okay, cheers.